Hello there, welcome to another Starfield video. In today's video we're going to be continuing with our little mini series of making starter vessels into styling of each of the factions. So today we're going to be looking at a HopeTech starter ship. Now for those of you that haven't checked out any of the other videos, I'd recommend doing it. But the whole kind of premise behind these kind of videos, the starter ones, is not only making a ship that is doesn't require any perks, and doesn't require to be high level. You have to be around level 10 to kind of get it working, get all the pieces. And also it's making ships that are only using, or almost only using manufacturing pieces. So for instance, this is only made out of stuff you can get from HopeTech. But yeah, anyway, that being said, let's get into it. So as you can see, I kind of like, with this one, I wanted to make it a little bit more like, feels like proper HopeTech-y. I know a few people in the comments have been saying, like, usually when it comes to me in HopeTech ships, I like try and like make them not blocky. But I feel like this is blocky. It's definitely got that kind of HopeTech styling. It's got the big cockpit, and then I wanted to have those kind of cargo areas like front and center. So let's get into the stats. So you've got a fuel of 200 again. It's kind of going to be the running theme with these, as I feel like I don't want to put too much fuel on because, one, it's kind of heavy, and also it's expensive. And when you're starting off, you don't really need too much fuel because you're going to be stopping and exploring. It's got a hull of almost 500, which, again, it's kind of the best you can do with. It's not bad for an A-class vessel, obviously. Like, 500 is pretty decent. It's got a cargo of 840, which you could definitely improve upon if you wanted to. Those windows there you can replace. When we do the teardown, I'll show you, but you can replace those windows and you can add more cargo if you wanted to. It's got an A-class reactor, 18 power, crew of 2, which is kind of a bit of a letdown than the Stroud Eklund one, which has 4, but then that's kind of how the chips fall. HopeTech and also Deimos, their cockpits only give 2 crew. It's got a jump range of 19 light years, which is pretty decent. You'll get to where you need to go like early on in the game. 390 shield, which is surprising. This is the strongest of these starter shields going off HopeTech. It uses the Basilisk shields. It's got 2 sets of weapons, as always. Like, well, not as always, but I go with my default of the 2 particle weapons and then a suppressor. Now, the cost of this altogether was 86,000 credits. So you've got a little bit. If you the whole budget, obviously, I don't know if I said it, but it's trying to build a ship for under 100k. 100k may seem daunting, but like once you get around level 10, that's not a lot of money. As long as you have to be a bit frugal. Don't buy stuff. But yeah, let's go check it out. So as you can see here, color is a bit like brighter in this view. I quite like how it turned out though. I really like kind of emphasizing those like front the cargo kind of containers. And then we've got those like side engines that kind of act more like any like maneuvering thrusters almost. Like, you know, if you need to quickly turn one way, you just activate one and it like pushes you a little bit. But yeah, let's go in. So actually, before we go in, I'm going to show you real quick. So we've got these big landing gear now. I'm really saddened that you can't flip them, because if you could flip that landing gear backwards, it would look far better. Now, there is some merging techniques here. We've merged the fuel tanks. It's a bit, you know, clippy, but it's not too bad. And then, obviously, at the back here, we have a snap point there. You could definitely add some more stuff if you wanted to. And we got a snap point at the back. Anyway, in we go. We got the HopeTech cargo bay, which is really, really big. No complimentary first aid. So, immediately we are greeted by the workshop, which is always how I like to build my ships, because when you're kind of like, let's say you land a planet and you jump out and you're like, damn it, I need to get a scope for my gun, you can just come straight back in. So we've got the spacesuit workbench, the industrial workbench, and the weapon workbench. Sadly, we don't have a research station, which is a bit of a letdown with the HopeTech module, but it is what it is, I suppose. So we've got the docking port there, which is very nice. And then over here, we have the captain's quarters. As you can see, we've got some nice little windows there looking out. The HopeTech captain's quarters is quite nice. It's got a nice little bed there, a little pod. Little desks or chairs there. I think we have a desk here too. Pretty nice. Navigation console. Where's the Fable chair? Is there no Fable chair? I must have got rid of it. Now if we come over this way, and in here we have our armory. Now, sadly, the armory on HopeTech is also a brig, so yeah. The plus side is if you get any companions that have like a side companion that's maybe like 4 feet tall and super annoying, you could potentially lock them in there. I'm not insinuating anything, you know, just pure speculation. Got a little bit of storage here for your weapons. The reason I went with the armory with this, because I feel like when you're starting off, you might find a weapon you really like, and you'll over-level it, so, you know, you can store it here and then come back there and be like, oh, I remember that weapon. Time to get it upgraded. Now, if we head up top, now I did add, there's extra compartments up on top, because I made use of these like, HopeTech fuselage pieces. I really wish that these, like, could be something other than, like, a 1x1 storage room, but for now, it is what it is. So in we go to the cockpit. HopeTech cockpits are very cool. Gives a kind of a combat vibe. We've got our co-pilot seat, or pilot seat there, co-pilot to your left, and then navigator to your right. Let's go take her off in mass space. I feel like this is the appropriate attire for this, actually. So let's take off. So obviously, when you're like starting off with this, you're not gonna have a whole lot of leeway for your engines and stuff because yeah, power is slightly problematic. So what I would recommend doing is all of your pips into shields and into your primary weapon, and then the rest into your engines. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put like so, put 1 pip in EM. Now the weapon wise, we have those paraparticle cannons there, the EM weapon. Now if you're flying in this configuration, your speed's gonna be kind of slow. You're gonna have a base speed of like 80, about 90, and then a boost speed of like 350. Now obviously if you're not doing combat, you're just kind of exploring, you can pull pips from weapons and do that, and then your base speed will go up to 150 as an A class, and then I activated that boost way too early, my bad. Give it a moment. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be like about 600 boost speed. Come on, any minute now. Two, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's just about 600. We're gonna pull pips out of here for the moment, just so we can. So the agility, all these ships I have to try and get them to 100 mobility, so we shall see. So quick pitch up. Yeah, this is, as you can see, this is pretty agile. I mean, it's an A-class vessel and max mobility. Yeah, it's about the same. You'll definitely be able to dance around enemy ships with this. Alright, so let's head down to the planet now and let's do a teardown. Alright, so here is everything torn down. So all of this can be made on Valo. Let me just double check, and I'll double check at the end of the video. But basically, you go to Hopetown, and in Hopetown's on Polvo. You can basically go inside the HopeTech building, and you can build all of this inside there. So for the habitat modules, we have the Armstrong 10 cockpit from HopeTech, 200 cargo, 2 crew station. HopeTech Companionway Fuselage B, a Companionway Fuselage D, and a Companionway Fuselage A. We have the Hope 4 landing bay from HopeTech, the Hope 11 Docker 4, the HopeTech Workshop 2x1, the Captain's Quarters 2x1, the Companionway 1x1, and the Armory 2x1. Landing gear, we've got 4 of these Hope 5 landing gear. The fuel, we've got 2 of these 300G helium-3 tanks from Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, 100 fuel each, so 200 max. And then 2 of these Store Max 50 cargo holds from Dogstar, 320. 2 of these PB-30 electron beams, Ballistic Solutions Incorporated, A-class, 3000 range, 3.5 fire rate, hull and shield damage of 13, and 3 power. You'll notice a kind of a similarity between all of these builds. They're going to be using particle weapons ideally just because they're the most convenient. And then again, we have a suppressor, EMP-80 suppressor and ballistic solution incorporated. A class, 800 range, 1.5 fire rate, does 24 electromagnetic damage and 4 power. Now for the modules, we have the Bastille S81 shield generator from Nautilus. A class, 4 max power, 390 shield. The R2000 Alpha Grav Drive from Relodyne, A class, 9 power, 20 jump thrust, which gives 90 in the current configuration. The Tokamak X100 reactor from Xi'an, A class, 18 power. 2 of these White Dwarf 1010 engines from Relodyne, A class, 3 max power, 7950 engine thrust, and 2535 maneuvering thrust. And then we have 2 of these White Dwarf 2000 engines from Relodyne, A class, 3 max power, 10,500 engine thrust, and 1785 maneuvering thrust. Now for the structural pieces, we have very little. We have 2 of these portholes. They're Nova Galactic, but you know everyone needs windows. And then we have 4 of these HopeTech Cap A, 2 starboard forward port 4, and a port mid and a starboard mid. Now, let's get to building. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to connect all of these together like so. And then we are going to, like that. And then this piece sits underneath like so. And then this big area, you're just going to basically slap it on top like that there. Now, next, what we are going to do is we're going to get these go in here like so, at the front. And then the fuel tanks are going to go underneath. They're basically going to stick to the front of the front snap point of the landing bay. And then same on the other side, just flip it like that. Now, the grav drive is going to snap underneath like so. And then, oh, whoops. And then these is going to sit like that. Now for the engines, these 2 big White Dwarf engines, they're just going to snap right here like so. And then for the shield generator, we're going to snap that shield generator in. This just basically snaps to here like so. I'm going to do the landing gear next. So this is going to be a bit finicky because it is what it is. So we have 2 here at the back like so, with the back snap point kind of sitting directly under the engine, and then 2 at the front. Now to put these on the front, we're going to have to remove the fuel tanks briefly. But you can snap the fuel tanks back in by just flipping them twice and let go of them. Oops. And then same again. Oh, the shield is in the way this time, so we're going to move the shield as well. Like so, and then we're just going to, oh, whoops. Going to snap the shield back in there, flip it, you flip it a few times because that one has 3 snap points, and then same again. Perfect. Now we are going to add the engines. So the engines are going to both snap to the back section here like so. And then we've got 2 of these windows. They're going to both snap to the front. And then these pieces here. Now these pieces, they're kind of finicky because when you look at them in like the area, there's like different versions. So we have like a lot of different types. Basically what you want to do is you want the one that snaps like that. And then this one here kind of connects to it. And then the same again. Like so. And then for our weaponry, we've got 2 of these electron beams. They're just going to snap on top of the HopeTech Cap 4. And then finally we have the EMP suppressor that goes there. Now that's pretty much it, said and done. Now there's obviously room for improvements here. If you wanted to add more cargo, you definitely could. So I'm just going to show you real quick. So you can add some of these bad boys. You basically replace the windows and you could snap these like that. Now that will jump up your cargo by quite a bit, but obviously you're going to be losing jump range, and also you're going to be losing mobility. And then for weapons, there still is like a lot of areas for like hard points with the weapons. Let me just show you. So you've got 3 hard points there at the back. You could add weapons to, and then 1 in the middle there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just really quickly show you where it is. So Narian, or not Narian, HopeTech is over here. So you see Narian, and then you go down, it's Valo here. And then this planet here, Polvo. And on Polvo, we have Hopetown. And you just basically land there, and then you run the whole way past to the right. You like pass a couple of buildings. You'll see the HopeTech building. And then if you go in there, you can build this all. Pretty easy. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. So far out of the... I still have 2 more to cover. I still have Nova Galactic and Tayo. It'll be interesting to see, like, once they've all been done, which one is your guys' favorite. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to subscribe and check out some other content. Bye-bye.